Good afternoon. We are installing Luverne Mudflaps today on a Ram 3500 dually. On our 2500 we had WeatherTech Mudflaps, and I've said how much I like those, like the look, like how simple they are. With the dually, I wanted something more traditional style, so I wanted to try these Luvernes, see what kind of coverage they have, and just see what that's like. I thought about doing them on 2500, but the WeatherTechs, when you got like a more, I think like a regular cab, looks more sporty or whatever. Not regular cab, but normal bed looks more sporty. These look more work since it's dually. We're gonna try the Luvernes. So like normal, we're working after work, so lights not as good as some would like, and we didn't read the instructions. I did take the bag of hardware to the garage and get the appropriate equipment to install this hardware, and I think the truck bolts are an 8mm, because you do reuse a couple of these. They are an 8, so you reuse a couple of those, I think, and then it looks like you install a bar to some sort of framing. We'll figure that out and go from there. I'll probably do the first one and come back to you on the second one, and maybe do a time lapse on the second one, kind of see how this goes. Just bring it back in quick, I forgot to include the part numbers. The rears are a 251034 Luverne mudflap. It's 23 inches wide. The fronts are 250930. That's a Ram front 20-inch wide mudflap. So let's get to it. So you actually need a drill bit and something to cut the wheel well liner as well. It says in the instructions that you have to cut 8-inch slit here. You don't really need 8 inches. That's what she said, but you only need, like, mine only needed about 4 to 5 inches here. But yours might be different. Yours might need the full 8 to clearance all the way up to here, but the way my fender liner shaped, I just needed clearance down in the corner here. They include new hardware for this. I don't know if the old style Rams didn't have the washers or what, but with this 2022 having the washers here, I used the factory hardware. I liked it better. And then you do use some stainless from the kit on the inside. If you're fully against using a drill or anything to install your stuff, that's not going to work, because with these, they come with this bracket that sturdies up the whole wheel well liner. But yeah, here you can see why we needed to cut that wheel well liner. Just doesn't quite fit. The only thing you can really line it up off of, sorry about that, some crazy camera work, is just lined up with the tire. But now that I somewhat can claim I know how to install them, I will put you down for a time lapse for the other one, and then we'll move on to the front. Okay, so I just installed the first front one, and a few things you have to know is the holes only line up with this up, and in the upper position, I'll show you what I mean. This is a spacer because there's thick plastic down here. And then that bracket on the inside is drawn really bad. So you go on the texture side, and then you flip it so it's might be easiest to show you. So you take the spacer bracket that it talks about, and it goes on the texture side like that to get that offset. And then this goes, so there's supposed to be a high and a low position, but if you try to go into the other position, you'd have to drill the hole because there's no hole. So I just put it in the upper position. And then you can't reuse. Here's a factory bolt. It doesn't reach through both pieces. You have to use these. I don't like them as much because they're Phillips, but they seem to work with the factory clips, so you don't need to do this. I mean, you could tighten them as tight as you can with rubber. Since these are rubber, it starts pulling the washer in, so you don't need to worry about these. So if you're doing fronts and backs, I ended up with 4 extra machine screws. Need these. Need these. 2 extra nuts somehow. I don't know how that happened. These bigger washers go to these machine screws. The little washers go to the other screws. Okay, so they gave me 1 extra of those. This is what I end up with extras. So that's factory takeoff. All those is not needed for put it on a 2022, so I'd say 19 and up, 3,500. I'll time lapse this one as well, go over some things. Okay, so got these done. I'm a liar. Turns out the wheel well liners are completely different shapes on each side, and this one has to go like this or you'll be twisting your mud flap so far around it looks funny. But we got her. On a scale of 1 to WeatherTech, or let's do it the other way, WeatherTech to 10, WeatherTech being as easy as it gets for putting mud flaps on, 10 being as hard, I'd say these are like, just talking about mud flaps, probably like a 4, 5. They're definitely harder than like a WeatherTech or a Husky, but not that difficult. If you have hand tools, it's doable. But you only put mud flaps on once, and on a dually, I'm really liking these, so we'll see how they hold up. I guess put in the comments if you guys have any questions or anything. Yeah, thanks for watching.